Hope you all can hear me. Can you guys confirm once? Am I audible? Okay, great. Thanks for confirming. So, if you guys remember, we have successfully completed the demo 1 and demo 2. Right? So, those who have missed the demo 1 and demo 2, please connect with an admins and management team. They will help you with the recordings. If you guys have missed it, get the recording from the management team. Try to watch it because we have started the course already, and where we have seen about the what are the GCP interfaces. In today's session, that is called as Demo 3, where we are going to talk about some of the things I'm going to tell you guys. Okay, first, so here we are going to track our entire course curriculum. I would like to track the entire course curriculum for the GCP DE evening batch. This is for the evening batch of October 25. So this is what is the evening batch. We are going to track the entire course curriculum here. We will track it here, guys. Okay, so this is for the October batch. All right, so if you guys remember, we started with the GCP cloud basics. I would like to say cloud basics. The very first topic that we started with is cloud basics, where we have seen about what is data engineering, what is Google Cloud Platform, Google Cloud Platform, and we've also seen the GCP interfaces. Can you guys tell me what are the GCP interfaces are there? Yesterday we have seen about it, right? Can you guys tell me what are those? One is Cloud Console. Exactly. Cloud, Cloud SDK. And the fourth method is APIs or third-party tools. I would say third-party tools or client libraries, right? So these are the four methods are there to interact with the GCP services. Okay, so in today's session we are going to, this is our demo 3, where we are going to talk about the console walkthrough, GCP console walkthrough. Okay, GCP console walkthrough, where I would like to tell you about what is project in the Google Cloud Platform. Okay, sir, what is project? So these are very, very important and basic things everyone must know. So that's the reason I'm putting an extra effort and trying to write it each and everything and make you understand each and everything, because these are very basics, right? First 5 to 7 sessions are very, very basics. Everyone must learn. Not only the data engineers, even though you are working in a developer and the GCP, you are a developer in the GCP, you are a DevOps engineer in the GCP, whatever you are in the GCP, you must know all of these things. Okay, so what is project, what is billing, and how to enable and disable the billing, how to enable and disable the billing, what are APIs, and how to enable or disable the APIs, how to enable API. Okay, so this is something that, so one more important thing is also that is how to create a project, how to create a free tier account in the Google Cloud Platform, how to create a free tier account in the GCP, that I am going to tell in the next session, guys. So this we will see in the next session, that what is because we wanted to do everything in the Google Cloud Platform only. So that's the reason we must know how to create a free tier account. That I will tell you guys. You don't have to worry about that in the next session. That is what is the first thing that we are going to see. But today we will talk about actually what is the project and how to work with the GCP services within the project, and what are the billing and how to enable the billing, and what are APIs and how to enable the APIs. All of these things one by one we will try to learn it. So for that one, let me gonna just go to the Google Cloud Platform. So let us go to the Google Cloud Platform, guys. So this is what is a Google Cloud Platform. right? So if you look at the Google Cloud Platform, you come to the console and you see an option here that is what is a project area. I have told you this is left navigation menu, this is project area, this is search box, and these are the Gemini option, free trial status button, Cloud Shell button, all of the different options that we have. So click on this project area. You see, whenever you guys wanted to interact with the GCP services, whenever you guys, sir, why do we wanted to interact with the GCP services? First thing, can anyone tell me, sir, Google Cloud Platform is offering you these many services? Let me just ask you one question that, sir, Google Cloud Platform is offering you, GCP is offering you plenty of the services such as GCS, Cloud SQL, BigQuery, Dataproc, Data Flow, right? So it is offering you plenty of the services, right? Dataproc, Data Flow, Airflow, right? Cloud Functions. So many other services it is offering you, PubSub also. So these are the services it is offering, even more also. Now tell me guys, we as a data engineer, why do we have to interact with the Google Cloud Platform? Can you guys tell me? Can anyone tell me why do we have to interact with the GCP? Mhm. That's there, but why only GCP? I'm not asking why only GCP. Why we have to interact with the Google Cloud Platform is that, sir, you as a data engineer, sir, you as a data engineer, you may wanted to store the data. Sir, I'm a data engineer. I may wanted to store the data, process the data, analyze the data, visualize the data, cloud monitoring, logging. So doing all of these activities, we need to interact with the Google Cloud Platform services, right? Sir, we as a data engineer, we may wanted to do the storing the data, processing the data, analyzing the data. So that's the reason why do we come to the any cloud platform is that every data engineer, for example, if I just say here, so this is one more box I'm just taking here. So assume that you are a GCP data engineer. So if you ask me, sir, what do we do is that we are going to collect the data here, store the data, process the data, transform the data, analyze the data, visualize the data, govern the data, monitoring, right? So these are all things, visualizing all of these things you wanted to do in the Google Cloud Platform, guys. To do all of these things in the Google Cloud Platform, the very first thing is that we need to have a access to the Google Cloud Platform. We need to have a Google Cloud account. The very first thing is that, sir, if you guys wanted to do all of these activities in the Google Cloud Platform, the very first thing is that you need to have a Google Cloud Platform account, GCP account. How to create this one, I'm going to tell you guys in the next session. How to create this, I'm going to tell you in the next session. Okay, how to create this one, I'm going to tell you in the next session. This is I'm parking this particular thing. Once you have a Google Cloud account, for example, sir, I have a Google Cloud account. Sir, if I wanted to interact, I wanted to store some data. Sir, if you wanted to store some data, you need to have a project. You need to have a what, sir? You need to have a project. Don't take any notes. Everything is there already in the this particular thing, guys. You don't have to do anything. Everything is already there in the notes. Okay, now if you guys wanted to store the data or process the data, the very first thing is that we need to have a project. Either the project is already there or you have to create a new project. Sir, what is this project, sir? If you ask me, first we will see what is project. Can anyone guess it? What is a project in the Google Cloud Platform? What is meant by GCP project? Anyone? Exactly. Exactly. What is a project, sir? A project is like a resource container. Someone was already mentioning, sir, it is a resource container. So according to your requirements, sir, I have a requirement to store the data. To store the data, you are going to create one of the bucket, GCS bucket. So that is one of the bucket you are going to create it. Or For processing the data in the BigQuery, I'm going to create multiple data sets. I'm going to create a data proc clusters, or sorry, data proc clusters, or for orchestrating the data airflow environments. Sir, if you guys wanted to do all of these things, you need to contain, right, so multiple resources that you are creating it. Sir, I want one of the resource container to act I want one of the resource container act as a single entity. So that particular resource container, we call it as a project. So in the project, according to your requirement of the client, you are going to create one bucket for storing the data. You are going to create one data set for storing the data and visualizing the data, analyzing the data cluster for processing the data, airflow for environments for the orchestrating the data. So you may be doing, or you may be creating multiple resources for different requirements. So to contain all of those resources, we need one kind of a container that is called as a project, guys. Okay, so project is one of the important aspect to interact with any of the resources. So to interact with any of the resource, to interact with any resource, we must select a project. We must select a project. Without selecting the project, you cannot do it. Either we must create or select the project. If the project is not there, we have to create it, and if the project is there, we have to select it. So this is one of the important aspect. To interact with any resource, or you interact with any service, to interact with any service in the Google Cloud platform, we must create the project or select the project. So this is first thing that you must know. Okay, the second point is that, the third point, sorry, to access, if you wanted to get an access to any of the resource, or if you wanted to provide a permissions to any of the resources, you need to do it at a project level only. So access and permissions are defined at a project level only. So that means, sir, I have a project where I have multiple resources are there. So in my team, I wanted to provide the access to some other team member. If you wanted to provide access to some other team member, in that case, you have to do it at a project level. So without selecting the project, we cannot do any permissions or access related stuff. You cannot provide a permissions, you cannot provide access to anyone without selecting the project. So all the permissions and access are within the project level only. So how many projects I can create it? You can create any number of projects. You can create any number of projects, but the permissions provided in the one project is different from the permissions that are provided in the next project. So all the permissions are limited to the project level only. Okay, so this is something. The fourth point is that billing is linked to the project. Sir, why the billing is linked to the project, sir? If you ask me, sir, whenever you are using any kind of a resource, and so whenever you are using any kind of a resource, the cost is tracked at the project level only. So the resource usages. So whenever you are using any kind of a resource, the resource usage and cost are tracked at the project level. This is one more point that I can say. So for example, you are creating bucket and storing the data. So you have to pay some amount of money that will be done at a project level only. Any resource you are using it, you must pay some amount of money that will be done at a project level only. Okay, so this is what it is. So billing is linked to the project. All the project billing, we call it as billing, is linked to the project. So any resource usage or any cost associated with the resources that you are using, it is tracked at a project level only. Right, so this is what. So this is a reason, if you guys wanted to interact with any of the service, we must create the project or select the project. So a project is like a resource container. You can see a project is like a resource container. So if you guys wanted to create any kind of resources, if you guys wanted to delete any kind of resources, if you wanted to provide a permissions to any person or revoke the permissions to any person, or if you wanted to use anything, all the things are done at a project level only, which is one of the important aspect. So then how to create this project? The next question. How to create the project? To create the project, you have to come to the project area. You see, if you wanted to select the existing project, you see select existing project, you can choose this project. So the project is changed, right? So this is how. So similarly, if you wanted to choose this project, you can choose this project. So whenever you are choosing the project, the entire details will change. Okay, so that's what. So now I wanted to create a new project, sir. To create the project, you can see new project here. Click on new project. To create the project, you have to mention the project name, project ID. You can click on edit here, project ID. Whether I'm not sure whether you will be able to see this option or not. For you, if you are able to see this option, that's fine. If you're not able to see this option, that's totally fine. No worries at all. Look at here. So whenever you guys wanted to create a project, you have to remember 3 points. So for creating any kind of a project, there are 3 things are there. One is, I'm going to tell you here. I'm going to draw a simple diagram here. Here, 1, 2, 3. So this is 1, this is 2. So look at here. So if you guys wanted to create a project, you have to specify the project name. You have to specify the project name. You have to specify the project ID. Every project will have a project name, project ID, and project number. Every project will have 3 parameters like project name, project ID, and project number. Sir, who will provide these details? Sir, what is the nature of it? Nature is nothing but can we change it later or not? We will try to see here. So the project name is a user choice, nothing but our choice. It's a user choice and it can be changed also later. So the project name is mutable, nothing but you can change it later also. Project name is a user choice and we can able to change it later also. That's what. And the project ID is also a user choice. That means user can provide the project ID also, but it cannot be changed later, sir. So that's the reason it is called as immutable. Immutable is nothing but you cannot change the project ID later. Once the project ID is created, you cannot be able to change it later. What about the project ID, sir? If you ask me, project ID is auto assigned by the Google. It is not a user choice. It is auto assigned by the Google, and it is again immutable also. We cannot change it. So this is what is a simple thing you can see here, guys. The project name is user choice and can be changed later also. And project ID is also user choice, but we cannot change it later. So we cannot change it later. Project number is a Google, that is nothing but the auto assigned by the Google, and we cannot change it later. So that's what you can see here. So project name, it is a user choice. You can give any project name. So I will say GCP evening batch. So this is what is my project name that I'm giving, GCP evening batch. Project ID, I can provide the project ID also, right? So project ID, I would say so batch is at 9:32. I will say 9:30 to 10:30. So this is a timing that I'm giving. So that is what is my project ID. And whenever you are creating any kind of a project, you can select the billing account also. If you have multiple billing accounts, like your bank accounts, right? Which bank you wanted to pay money. So that's what it is meant by billing account. Billing account is nothing but like a bank account. So from which bank account you wanted to pay the money for this resource usage for this particular project, because you are creating this project, you may be using some amount of resources, maybe for creating some, storing some, analyzing something, right? So that resource cost, where do you want it to pay from? So you can select any of these things. I'm selling the my billing account. That's a free billing account. It will be by default selected. So the project name you have given, project ID you have given. What about the project number, sir? Can anyone tell me where is the project number? Sir, the project number is auto assigned by the Google. Once the project is created, it will be shown up for you, right? So you cannot see it now. Once a project is created, you will be able to see the unique identifier that is called as project number. And now, sir, here it is showing as no organization. It's because you are creating this as an individual account. This is a free trial account as an individual account. So that's the reason you are not able to see any location such as organization name you are not able to see. But when you are working in the company, your company name will be reflected here. For example, you are working for Accenture, Accenture name will be reflected here. That means your entire projects are managed by your company. That is what it means. So if you are working in Infosys, you will be sorry. For example, you are working for Accenture or Infosys, the company names will be reflected here. So that's all. So you creating a new project, project name, project ID, billing account, location. So click on create. So the project will be created, guys. You see the notification is showing that the project is getting created. It hardly takes 1 or 2 seconds. You can see here if you go to the project area. So you have three projects are there. One is this one, second one is this one, and third one is this one. Just now we have created this GCP evening batch. You can select it. So that's how one can able to select the project. Once you create a project, you can select the project and we can work within that particular project. Okay, we can work within that particular project. So that is what is called as a project, guys. What is projects are? It is a resource container. If you wanted to interact with any services, you need to have a project. If you wanted to provide a permissions, you need to have a project. If you wanted to access any resources, resource cost, and tracking the billing, you need to have a project. So everything is linked to the project only, guys. Project is one of the important aspect in the GCP projects. Okay, so that's what it is. I hope that is clear. To create the project also, we have just seen that there's a project name, project ID, project number. And the location is an organization name, which when you're working in the company, your company name will be reflected there. So that is what is a project, everyone. All right. Yes. Now that you know, once you have an account, you know how to set up the project, right? So now you know how to set up the project. Project setup is completed. So this is something that this I will tell you later, but assume that you already have a Google Cloud project. So Google Cloud account, you already have it. So then what do you do, sir? You set up the project. So this is what you have done. So you set up the project. The second thing is you set up the project. Once you set up the project, sir, can I go directly to interact with these services? Sir, I wanted to do this activity. So that's the reason I have created a Google Cloud account. Once I have created the Google Cloud account, we have to create a project. Then only we have to interact with the GCP services. Sir, once a project is created, sir, can I go and directly interact with the services? The answer is no. You cannot directly go and interact with the services. The next thing comes up is that billing. The next topic is billing management. Billing management. So everything is a chain here, guys. You need to understand billing management. The third step is billing management. I'll tell you. What is this billing management, sir? I'll tell you. The billing management is also one of the important aspect, guys. See, maybe give me 1 minute. I'll show you one option. I have to disable. I have to do one thing offline. Ah, it's already there. Very good. Look at here, guys. Sir, I have created a project. Sir, can I be able to interact with the services? Let's check. Sir, I wanted to go to the Google Cloud Storage. Sir, I'm going to the Google Cloud Storage. All right. 1 minute. I wanted to go to the Google Cloud Storage. Before that, let me show you one thing, guys. Okay, it's done. Yeah. So assume that whenever you guys wanted to interact with any service, you come here, you select the project first. Once you select the project, then I wanted to store some data. To store this data, sir, I would like to search for one of the service called Google Cloud Storage. You search for one of the service to create the bucket to store the data. You go to the cloud storage and you see here, guys, the option to create the bucket is grayed out. So you look at here, guys. I wanted to create a bucket so that I can store some data inside the bucket. But the option is grayed out. Can you guys tell me why? Anyone? Because nothing is free in the yes. Nothing is free in the Google Cloud platform. Everything, whenever you are using, you have to pay money. But we are in the free trial, the money will be debited from the free trial account. That's not problem. Don't worry about it. In the company's perspective, I'm talking about. Whenever you are working in the company, if you guys wanted to create any kind of a resource, you must pay something to them. So how the money will be debited from them, sir? If you ask me, every project. So I was talking about, right? So you have a project. So while creating the project, if you remember, you selected a billing account. You can have any number of billing accounts. So this is billing account. For example, this is billing account 1. You can have any number of billing accounts. Billing account 2. So you can have any number of billing accounts. It's like these billing accounts will be connected to the bank accounts. Your organization, when you are working in the company, these billing accounts will be connected to the organization bank account. So that's what it is. So this is your project. So this project is connected to this billing account. For example, this project is connected to this billing account, and this billing account is connected to the bank account. Now what you are doing within the project, sir, if you ask me, you are trying to creating some bucket to store the data. Assume that you are storing some data. How much amount of data, sir? I'm storing some 100 terabytes of data. I'm storing. So what I'm doing, sir, 100 terabytes of the data I'm doing. So whenever you are storing some amount of a data, what will happen? You have to pay some amount of money, because it is not free. You have to pay money. So that's the reason. So whenever you wanted to use any kind of a resource, to do that, what do? You go to the Google Cloud Storage and create a bucket. To store this data, what we have to do? We have to go to the GCS and we have to create a bucket. So we have to go to the Google Cloud Storage and we have to create a bucket. So this is what is happening. So you go to the Google Cloud Storage. You go to the Google Cloud Storage and then you create a bucket, and then you store within the bucket, you store the data of 100 terabytes of the data. So whenever you are using some amount, whenever you are paying some, sorry, whenever you guys are storing some amount of a data, so that means you have to pay something. So that's the reason Google Cloud Platform upfront, whenever you guys are going to create any kind of a bucket, it will ask you to enable the billing. So that means this option, you have to enable it. So this option, you have to enable it. So when this option is enabled, what will happen? So for 100 terabytes of data, for examples, you are going to pay some uh, $10 amount of money. For example, $10 you are paying. So this $10, from where it will be debited, sir? If you ask me, it will be debited from this organization account. So this is what it is. So this will be debited from your organization account. So this is what is the chain of a flow, guys, if you can see. So that's the reason whenever you guys are using the project, you must enable the account, billing account. If you don't enable the billing account, you cannot use any of these resources. You cannot create this resource. You cannot store the data. So nothing is possible. Right? So you cannot do this entire action without enabling the billing. So this option must be enabled. Without enabling the billing, you cannot use any kind of resources, or how to enable it. So that's the reason you see unable to create a bucket, because the billing is disabled. So right click on it, open a new tab. So I'm opening the Google Cloud Platform in the new tab, and just go to the left navigation menu. So I'm clicking on the left navigation menu. You see an option called billing. Just click on the billing here. So you see here, this project has no billing account connected. Click on manage billing account. Sir, I have two billing accounts are there. And go to your projects and see my project is billing is disabled. So click on these three dots, change billing, select the billing account. My billing account, I'm selecting it, set account. So that means what is happening? You have enabled the billing account for this particular project. You see, GCP project, the billing is enabled with this particular billing account. The billing account name is my billing account, guys. So that means you have enabled the billing. So now if you can go here and refresh this page, you should be able to create the resources. So that's the reason billing is one of the important aspect, guys. If you wanted to create any kind of resources, you must enable the billing. Without enabling the billing, you cannot use any of the resources. So that's the reason billing management must enable the billing to use any kind of resources. Enabling the billing is important. Without enabling the billing, with without enabling the billing, we cannot use any of the resources in the Google Cloud platform. So this is what is the second thing, guys. Right? So you have a GCP account. At first, you thought that if you wanted to store the data, you need to have a GCP account. But if you wanted to store the data, you need to have a project also. You set up the project. But if you wanted to create the bucket again, you need to have a billing also enabled. So you enable the billing also here. Now you wanted to interact with the GCP services. To interact with the GCP services, one more option is also pending, that is called as enable APIs. So this is one more final option, guys. So this is where if you guys wanted to interact with the GCP services, one more option that is called as enabling the APIs. So enabling the APIs is also one of the important aspect, guys, for not for all the services. I wanted to say this, not for all the services, only for few services, only for few services. Now tell me, guys, while I wanted to create a bucket, did it ask me to enable the API? So I'm planning to create a bucket. Just let me click on create bucket. Is it asking me to enable the API? The answer is no. Similarly, sir, if I go to the BigQuery also, even though if I try to interact with the BigQuery also, it is not asking me to enable the API. I can click on create dataset directly. But if you guys wanted to use Composer, for example, going to the Composer here, the moment if I wanted to interact with the Composer, it will not allow me directly to interact with the Composer. You have to enable the API for the Composer. You have to enable the Cloud Composer API without enabling the API. So just wanted to tell you something, that is, it is not for all the services, only for few services only. It is only for few services. GCS, BigQuery, Dataproc, data. Some of the services it will not ask you. But enabling the APIs is one of the important aspect, and it doesn't take much time, and it does not cost you anything. It is free. Just click on enable. That's it. Just click on enable. It will take like 30 seconds or 40 seconds to enable the API. Then you can start using it. Do not ask. So I don't have to tell you this option also at all. But people actually comes later point of time, sir, it is asking me something. Sir, can you tell me what is this one? So that's the reason I'm telling you upfront itself, that some of the services, whenever you guys are interacting with the Google Cloud platform, so you have to enable the API. Right? Nothing needs to pay and everything is free. You just have to click on enable. That's it. No need to do anything. Just click on enable. Even though someone is asking you to enable the API, just click on enable. That's it. It is not going to cost you anything. It is free of option only. But sometimes for some of the services, they are built upon the on premises. They're built upon the open source platform. So that's the reason you have to enable the API. Some of the services are internal to the Google Cloud platform, but some of the services are built on top of the open source code. So that's the reason you have to enable the API. For example, Cloud Composer is built on top of the Airflow. So that's the reason you have to enable the API here. So not for all the services, simply for few of the services, we have to enable the API, guys. Just remember that also. Right? So now to do this activity, sir, I am a data engineer, sir. I wanted to collect the data, store the data, process the data, transform the data. To do that, what I have done? Sir, I come to here, I first created my project. Once creating the project, sir, what I have done, I set up my project. Sir, once I have created a Google Cloud account, I create a project. Once I create the project, sir, I have enabled the billing. Once I enable the billing, some of the services asking me to enable the API, sir, I have enabled the API also. Now tell me, once you have enabled all of these things, you wanted to interact with the GCS, or you wanted to interact with Dataproc or Airflow. Tell me, guys, how many different methods are there to interact with them? How many different methods are there to interact with them? There are four methods if you guys remember. One is console, the second method is cloud shell, the third method is cloud SDK, and fourth method is, I would say, APIs or third party tools, whatever it is, right? So these are the four methods are there to interact with the GCP services, guys. Okay, what you are going to do, you are going to interact after enabling this thing. If you guys wanted to interact via console, you can do it. If you wanted to interact via cloud shell, you can do it. If you wanted to interact via cloud SDK, you can do it. If you wanted to interact via API also, you can do it. So this is how, if one wanted to interact with the GCP services via console, cloud shell, cloud SDK, or APIs, maybe for storing the data, processing the data, analyzing the data, they can do it. So this is the story of console walkthrough. Right, so this is a story of console walkthrough, guys, where you are going to interact with the GCP services for storing, processing, analyzing. Before that, you need to have a Google Cloud account, and after that you need to set up the project. After that you need to enable the APIs or enable the billing also, then you can able to interact with these services. Okay, yes, so here we have a console, I would say. One more is cloud shell and one more is cloud SDK. So these are the three methods most commonly used. I'm going to mention these three methods here, so you can see here, guys. So one is console, the second one is cloud shell, and the third one is cloud SDK. So this is where you have three methods are there. We are going to use these three methods to interact with the GCP services: console, cloud shell, cloud SDK. Sorry, cloud SDK. So you are going to use these three methods to interact with the GCP services. So this is something that you can see. All right. So this is what is a entire thing, guys, which I wanted to cover today. I hope it is clear. If you guys have any questions, please raise your hand, guys. If anyone have any question, please raise your hand. Just wanted to highlight it one more time that for every data engineer, if you guys wanted to interact with the GCP services, maybe for your activities, someone wanted to store the data, someone wanted to process the data, we must needs to have a Google Cloud account first. So I'll tell you how to create an account in the next session. Then we need to set up the project. Then we need to enable the billing. We need to enable the billing. Then we must enable the APIs. Right? So we must enable the APIs. So this is what is, you must enable the APIs. Then using this console, cloud shell, cloud SDK, we can able to interact with these things. So this is the flow, guys, from here to here. So this is the flow. I hope it is clear, and you should, I will tell you this thing in the next session, how to create a project. I will tell you in the next session, guys. All right. Yes. This is where I would like to stop the session here for today, guys. If anyone have any questions, please raise your hand. I'll go one by one. Please raise your hand, guys, if anyone have any questions. Yes, Aditya, you have any question? Aditya, you have any question? I cannot hear you. Yes, Chinmaya, you have any question? So most of the time, see, it's your company requirement, right? If you, there are situations you create the project, there are situations you choose the project. Yes, it's both. Yes. Right. In the company, guys, sometimes you may have to create a project. Sometimes, most commonly, the project is already there. You have to choose the project. Right. So that's how it works. Yes, Sangram, you have any question? Sangram Chowdhury.
Yes, sir. So I was having some network issue. Could you please explain one more time that billing management thing?
Billing is that you have to enable and disable the billing without enabling the billing, because the simple thing is that nothing is free in the Google Cloud platform. So if you wanted to use any of the resources in the Google Cloud platform, we must pay something. If you wanted to pay, you need to enable the billing, right? So that's how billing management is enabling the billing. Maybe for example, I'll show you how the billing looks like, guys. So for example, you go to the billing section. So right, you can go to the billing section. So you will be able to see, for example, I go to the my manage billing. For us, we are in the free trial, so that's the reason. So when you are in the free trial, it will give you 26,000 rupees. For 90 days, I have used some of the thing. I am left with 25,000 rupees. So if you guys wanted to see how did I use that rest of the money, you can go to the cost table. So this is where billing management is, that you can able to see how much amount of money that you have spent, and where you have spent all of those things. So all of those things you will be able to see it here. So it's showing everything is zero, because maybe I'll select the project. Okay, to the September. Okay, everything is free. All the project I will select. I must say I'll select all the projects. I don't know why it is showing zero here, but maybe I'll try to show my previous project, because this is newly created, so everything is actually zero. I may not be able to show you something, but I'll go here. This is my previous project which I have created. I'll show you the billing. So here, if you can see, my free trial credit is left with the 2878 rupees only. And if I just go to the reports, I should be able to see the entire billing, right? You can see here, guys, how much I have used the compute engine. So this is usage cost is this one. You can see the filters also on the right side, current month or previous month, the last 90 days. You will be able to see everything here, right? So you can also click on this. So this is what is a billing, right? So you'll be able to see the entire cost of each resource wise, how much amount of money that I have spent, right? So this is how you can able to see it here. So this is about the billing reports. And if you wanted to manage the billing, sir, I wanted to create a budgets and alerts, I can click on create budgets and alerts, that my budget is 1,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees per month. My client is giving you 10,000 rupees per month. So every time whenever I'm nearing the limit of 10,000, I would like to get an alert, right? In that case, you can create a budgets and alerts also. You will be getting notified whenever you are nearing the limit of 10,000 rupees. So such kind of a budgets and alerts also can create it, right? So these are all we call it as a billing management. And how do we enable it? We just go here, click on manage billing accounts, and you go to the projects. Okay, you go to the projects. What do we do, sir? You can click on here. So it's already enabled. The billing account is already selected for these two projects. If you wanted to disable it, you click on disable billing. Okay, you disable the billing. Similarly here also, you can click on disable billing. So this is how you disable the billing also. If you wanted to enable it again, so click on this one, change billing, and select the billing account, set account, so that the billing will be enabled. So this is how the billing is enabled for your project. To disable it, just click on disable it. So that's how it works. Okay. Yes. Yes, Vijay Nagara, you have any question, Vijay? Mhm. No, no. When you are working in the company, your infrastructure engineer may not be able to provide you the permission to see this thing. Okay, it depends on the permissions, everything. Okay, so it depends, right? If your manager don't want it to show you, they may restrict you to see this thing. Okay. Yes. I'll tell you that when we are covering the services, right? I'll tell you that. Yes. Mhm. So when you are working in the free trial, you may be having, because free travel will have some restrictions, but when you are working in the company, you don't have any. No, you have, you, as long as you are paying, they are okay to give you. That we will see, yes, later. The permissions are project level. So there's an entire topic for the permissions, guys. Don't worry about it. There's a new topic that's called IAM, where we will talk about all the permissions, how to provide it, whom to provide the permissions, and all of those things. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes, Ramesh. Ramesh Nursing, you have any question? We cannot say that. It depends on the usage. Okay. But while we are working on it, it's very early, guys. Right? Understanding those things is very early for you. But in our upcoming sessions, when we are covering the service, I'll tell you. So this is very costly. Please use it properly. I'll tell you at that point of time, which is costly, which is not costly. We cannot say it. It depends on the usage. Okay. Yes. But in our upcoming sessions, you will get to know. Yes, Mallikarjun, you have any question? Mm-hmm. No, no, for any service selection or usage, it totally depends on your project requirement and project architecture. Your manager will or your solution architect will design an architecture that for storage this service we have to use, for processing this service we have to use, for analyzing this service we have to. So there's a entire architecture will be there. So according to that, the entire project will work. Team members will work. Yes. Yes. Yes, Aditya, you have any question? Yes. You don't have to, right? So see, I have not deleted anything, so this is my, you can see it is not required, guys. So assume that, sir, I have completed my one of the project is sorry, one of the account is getting you know, burned out. That means the number validity is getting over, right? I'm left with actually 3 days only. I don't have to delete anything, because as long as you are not upgrading your account, you are good to go. Okay. Here also you can provide the credit card details, but they will not charge you anything until and unless you upgrade your account. Okay. Nothing will be paid from your bank account as long as you click on. So I'll show you while creating the account. I'll talk about that. Yes. Yes. After 90 days, guys, we don't have to pay anything. You can just, you know, close this account and you can create a one more account also for your practice purpose. Yes. Okay. So that's also there. And anyone have any, maybe I'll tell you guys one thing for all of you people. I think I would like to tell you one thing. I'll give you the time again, guys. One of the thing I wanted to tell you. Meanwhile, if anyone have any questions, please raise your hand. I will come to you. So that we have completed all the demo sessions, guys, right? All the demo sessions, all the free demo sessions, I will say. Usually all the free demo sessions are completed. Okay. So if you guys wanted to continue with the sessions, please enroll for the course, right? So because Monday onwards, the sessions will be regular only for enrolled candidates. Okay, so this is what I wanted to tell you guys. So Monday onwards, the sessions will be regular, guys, only for the enrolled candidates. So once you enroll the course, for example, sir, once you enroll the course, your admins, your management team will ping you if you wanted to enroll, how to enroll, all of those details they will tell you. Don't worry about it. So if you guys wanted to see in your chat box also, right? So you might have been already seeing the mobile numbers where you whom you have to contact and all, right? So if you wanted to enroll, you just complete the payment to them, and once you enroll, what you have to do is that get the access to recordings, get access to material which I have shown you, and one more thing is Zoom link. New Zoom link will be generated, guys. So this is something that new Zoom link for the regular sessions, so this is something that you have to do it, guys. Okay, so this is what I wanted to tell you, guys. We have successfully completed all the free demo sessions. If you guys wanted to continue with the regular sessions, please complete the enrollment, right? Monday onwards the sessions will be regular only for the enrolled candidates. Once you enroll the candidate, once you enroll the you know, for the course, guys, what you have to do is that you have to get the access to the material, get the access to the recordings, and get the access to the Zoom link also. This is something that you have to do it. Okay. Yes. So management team or admin team will ping you for all of these details. So you connect with them, cooperate with them, try to complete the payments as in the session. So get the access to all of these things, because last minute doing hurry worry the payment and getting the access not, instead of doing all of those things, do it in a one day before itself, right? So that you get the access to the recordings, material and everything. You can be prepared for the regular sessions, right? So this is what I want you guys to tell you, and the sessions are regular. We have already completed these things, guys, right? So we have completed the GCP interfaces. We have also completed until here. The next topic is this one, how to create a free tier account. All right. Yes. Yes, please. Yes. Mhm. Log Explorer. Yes, Google Cloud Log Explorer. It's already there in our course. I mean, we are going to store our logs in the Google Cloud logging in one of the case study we are using. Okay. Yes. We are not creating any dashboards for this course, but one of the pipeline I have created a small dashboard to make you understand. I've used Looker to make you understand how the Looker dashboards gets created. Okay. Looker. Yeah. Yes, Tej D. You have any question?
Hi, sir. Actually, I am from non-IT background, so I don't know
Mhm.
about the software and technical terms. So simply saying, like you said, right, enable APIs. That also I don't know. So do we need any prerequisites, or this is for someone who is shifting from software one domain to another, or
Right.
it is
So the
for
thing is that if you are an non-IT also, if you guys wanted to enter into it, the eh, you don't need to know about enabling the API. You just have to click on it because we don't do it every day. Okay. So my point is that do not worry about the 5% of the work. Focus on the 95% of the work. 95% of the work is that development, working on different
hello.
services. Right? How to store the data, how to process the data, and all of those things. That is what is the 90% of your work. Okay, guys, I'll give you the time. Okay, I'll give you the time. Please
Doing
raise
API
your hand.
because we don't.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you the time. Please raise your hand. I'll come to you. Yes, I'm answering one of the person's question. Okay, so you don't have to worry about how to enable it, how to disable it. So we have placed, I mean, plenty of the people coming from non-IT also. They are already working as a GCP data engineer. That's already proven. More than 800 people are currently working, as a GCP data engineer from mine. So from this course, I would say, and I'm very happy to say that also. I'm very proud of that. First thing is that you don't have to worry about whether you know this thing or don't know this thing. We are expecting our candidate to have a basic knowledge in the SQL. If you know the basic knowledge in the SQL, rest of all the things are covered in the course itself. Okay. Yes. By the end of the course, you will get to know what is API also. Okay, by the end of the course, but don't
Sir,
expect
you
everything
said
to be
right.
itself. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yes, please.
Yeah, you said SQL, right? So should I need to learn SQL first
No, so while we are covering the basics
and
of
then I
Google
need to
Cloud
start your
platform,
so sorry.
yes. While we are covering the basics of Google Cloud platform, you can spend some time every day, 1 hour or 2 hours, so that within
I can
two
do
days
that.
or 3 days, you can able to learn SQL. It's very simple. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So that's how it is. Yes. All right. Yeah. Who was that? Someone was talking in between. Yes, please. Okay, I see a question in the chat box, guys. Is there a project level permissions? Yes, there is a project level permissions. Is there a difference between the free account and paid account? Yes, there will be a lot of difference between the free account and the paid account, guys. Because free account, they don't give you all the features, isn't it? The features meaning that, uh, for example, when I'm creating one of the cluster for processing, they don't give you a bigger cluster. That means the size of the machine will be lesser. They don't give you a bigger size machines. They will give you only a smaller size machines. So that's such kind of restrictions will be there. They will provide you the access to all the services, but the restrictions at the power, machine power will be there. So such kind of differences you will be able to see it. Okay. Yes. Any other questions, guys? Anyone? So this is some of the things I would like to tell you guys. The prerequisite for the course is SQL basics. So someone was asking, right? So that's the reason I wanted to tell you. So this is how it is. Maybe, yeah. In the final session, I'll talk about these things, like what is how to create a resume, how to apply for companies using portals, and how to crack them. That's I'll talk about. Highlights of the course: we are going to cover the basics to advanced. Timings will be 9:30 to 10:30 every day, 9:30 p.m. The same time, guys. The 9:30 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. every day. 10:30 p.m. every day. So this is what is the timings. And daily 1 hour will be there, Monday to Friday. Daily 1 hour live session will be there. Duration is 3 months. Comprehensive material is provided. Daily recordings will be shared to you, so that even though some people are missing because of some other some other plans, you will be getting the recording. You can watch that also. Once the course is completed, I'll tell you how to create the resume, how you can able to, the interview questions are provided, how to utilize it, projects and case studies and everything is covered. What is the prerequisite for the course? Or if you ask me, the SQL is the prerequisite for the course. SQL is the prerequisite for the course. So that's what I would like to say. Okay. Yes. Okay. Anyone have any other questions, guys? Before, yes, Vijay, you have any question? No. No, we are not providing anything. So we will be until the final session where we talk about these things. That's it. Yep. So yes, sir. Are there any new topic how to come this course is different from your previous GCP courses? There are new topics. There are new pipelines. There are new courses that I have added recently also. From last batch to this batch, there were two pipelines added. Some of the topics are changed. Even the BigQuery views, some topics are changed. Some of the every time in the new batch, new things will be added, guys, for sure. According to the demand and according to the company's requirement, some new thing, new pipeline, I will be adding it. So that's there will be difference. Yes. Do we have a proper schedule like date and topic? Which topic is covering on which day? Yes, of course. But this is how the flow. Maybe I can show you. So we will be having here like this one, that Google Cloud Basics. These are the first thing will be covered, and then programming, and then GCP Data Engineering Services, and then final session. So that's a one by one will be covered, guys. Yes, but the date and time, I'm not able to say the dates, which topic. Okay, but the thing is that everything is in the flow, right? Does data engineer should access or use services, or do we will create and allow the data engineer to? No, we will be creating the resources. We will be creating the projects. We will be doing all the activities, guys. Okay. Yes. Okay. So those are the chat box questions. I'm looking at it. Yes, yes. If you guys wanted to get a certificate also, our management team will help you after the course completion. You will get a course completion certificate also. Sir, as a fresher, how much CTC we can expect it? As a fresher, you should not expect such kind of a details at all. But nowadays, the freshers are getting in the IT 4 plus. Okay, 4 plus, 4 LPA plus is the market for the data engineers in the freshers. Okay, yeah. Any other questions, anyone? Sir, for any questions, any things if you guys wanted to ask by the end of the session, you can ask me, guys. Once the class is completed, I will be here for next to 5 minutes. Whenever you have any question, you can ask me. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. All right. Yes. For you can apply for cloud engineer positions, but this course is mainly aligned towards a cloud data engineer. Okay. Yes. All right. Any other questions, guys? Anyone? This is it for today, guys. I suggest you to do these things. Right. Please enroll for the course if you guys wanted to continue further. And Monday onwards, the regular sessions will be started. So by the time, please complete the enrollments. Once you complete the enrollment, get the access to the recordings, get the access to the material, get the access to the new Zoom link also. Okay. So these are the three things. Take a snap of it. Make sure that you have an access to the material and recordings and Zoom link also before we start the sessions. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm good for the date, guys. All the best, and we will. I'll see you in the regular sessions. Thank you all. We will meet in the regular sessions. Thank you all. We'll let you know. Yes, sure. Okay. Yep. Thank you all. Have a great day. I hope you guys have learned something from the sessions, and so please refer your friends also if they are looking for a GCP data engineering sessions. All right. Yep. Thank you all. Please enroll for the course. We will see you on the Monday. Thank you all. Bye bye. All the best for your future endeavors.
Yeah, what is the price for this?
For the course fee, please connect with an admin. They will help you with the admin. Okay. The course for every course fee and how to pay and all of those details, the admin will ping you. And you can also see in the chat box that, right? So there's a calls and mobile numbers are there. Please ping them. They will help you how to pay, where to pay, how much you have to pay. Okay. Yes. All right. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye bye. We will meet in the next session, guys. Thank you all.